up, my little tattletales? How you doing today? Well, if you are Jennifer Lopez, baby, you should be a little worried, but not for the reason you think. You guys, new information is coming out between what's going on with Ben, Jennifer, all these PR things about how they're so happily married after 3 months of marriage. Honestly, and also about how they're inviting the exes over to the holidays. I'm going to get into how people are saying that it's a PR smokescreen for them not spending the holidays together. Yeah. Also, where does that lead us? About the blended families. It seems like whatever is going on, there is a little tension in those blended families. People know that blending families are not easy, but there's also tension in the fact that Ben is comparing J-Lo to someone that J-Lo in her heart of hearts might feel like she might never live up to. Who am I talking about? We're not talking about Jennifer Garner. We're talking about Ben's most recent ex, Ana de Armas, the Cuban beauty. Remember her? Yeah, it seems like that memory of her is causing a lot of stress in the relationship because of Anna's most recent success. And on top of that, if there's anything else we have to talk about, on top of that, the reason that she left Ben is the same reason that J-Lo now finds herself married, but struggling to blend families. You guys, what am I talking about? I'm talking about all things Ben and J-Lo. Listen, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of smoke, but I want you guys to just listen, right? And also I have a playlist, go check that out and see if where there's smoke, there actually might be fire. All right, let's get into this. Okay, first of all, I believe we can all agree that no matter what's going on with Ben and Jen, they are having a huge time trying to find a way to blend their families. They are still not cohabitating. The kids are still not living under the same roof. And while it's said that the oldest daughters, Emmy and Serafina, get along, right? Everybody else, it's tough. And again, this isn't anything against J-Lo and Ben. Everybody knows in divorce and with blended families, that is the hardest thing. There was this asinine report that all the ex were going to join over holidays, to which I said, do you think we're stupid? There is no way Jennifer is inviting Mark Anthony to be with her during the holidays. And guess what? It was just an invite. But people are now saying that that invite was a smokescreen. Now just follow me on this, right? It's a smokescreen. For whatever reason, Ben is putting his children first. I know what you're saying. He is a father. He should put his children first. He put them first in his relationship with Ana de Armas, where he was very much in love with her. The family loved her, unlike what people said is going on with J-Lo. And Anna was respected by the old guard of Hollywood. Okay, now keep that in mind. We're going to circle back to that. So let's get back to this thing. Ben wants to do everything he can to make sure that his family's holidays, Thanksgiving, and Christmas are as special as possible. When Ben broke up with Anna, one of the things he said was, I need to be an involved father. He was trying to make up for lost time. We know that Ben struggled and yeah, right? Great for him. Now, just hold off on this. J-Lo's extended an invite to all the parents to join for holidays. We know off the bat that she does not want Mark Anthony there. She doesn't even let Virgos even audition. And no, it's not because of Beyonce, because the Virgo band started after Mark Anthony. Okay. So who does she need to be there to make sure that she has the perfect holiday pictures? Who did she invite to the wedding? Because she wanted to make sure all the kids came, even though all the kids did not come to the first wedding. And even I think in Paris they came, but they left very, very quickly. And Ben was miserable and worried about the paparazzi around him and his children and all this stuff. Jennifer Garner. If Jennifer Garner will show up, that means all the kids have to stay with them for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it means that J-Lo can continue to have the perfect family image. Now I know what you're saying. Okay, fine. So the kids spend Thanksgiving with their mom and maybe Christmas at Ben and J-Lo's house, or vice versa, except for the fact that people are saying that Ben has made it clear that he is going where his children are. And this is something that J-Lo cannot put a PR spin on. It's something that she can't write a feel-good article. She's trying, right? She's trying, but literally saying that everybody was invited, they're saying in the long term, she hopes she can save face, that when Ben spends one of the holidays at Jennifer Garner's house, or not with Jennifer, but with his children, that J-Lo will not feel that sting of rejection. And also, it's unclear as to whether J-Lo and her family would even be invited over to Jennifer Garner's home. My guess is no. I'm not saying the two ladies don't get along. I am saying there is some, right? It's a little animosity there. You guys, how does that go into things with Miss Ana de Armas, right? Quite simply, I've said it time and time and time again. J-Lo, her kids always lived in Miami, and they seem to be close to their father too. Regardless of what his shortcomings might be, according to J-Lo, they seemed very, but even then, their whole life was in Miami. J-Lo moved her whole family across the country to be with Ben. She has wrapped her whole life into making sure Ben and his children are comfortable. That is admirable for anyone to care about their partner's children so much. The only issue with J-Lo is, J-Lo, you have your own children to consider. And while Ben is being very nice and sweet to him, what does he actually sacrifice for the good of your children? Think about it. He has not moved his children. He has not, and I'm not saying he should, but just listen to me. He has not moved his children. He has not made things uncomfortable. He is fine to be nice and sweet and caring to your children while they are a stone away, while he can come and visit them when they see you. And he's a loving guy to them, great. But you have sacrificed so much. You know who wasn't willing to sacrifice? Ben's ex, Anna. Do you know that the reason why they actually broke up wasn't because they didn't love each other? Wasn't because they didn't care for each other. Wasn't because Ben wasn't walking around with the paparazzi saying good morning to them and smiling with them. It wasn't because his whole family, including his dad and his mom, gave an interview about how much they loved Anna and Anna for president. They loved this girl. They really did. Even his brother Casey said she's beautiful, smart, attractive, funny, genuinely warm and caring. She's not going to have any problem moving on past Ben. And you know what? It's okay. And things don't work out. They all showed love, appreciation, and respect to this woman. All those, and Ben's kids were crazy about her. So what was the problem? I'll tell you. Anna could not take LA. She said it made her anxious. Anna didn't like the paparazzi intrusion. She said it made her anxious. It made her feel like she was lacking, wanting all the time. She didn't like the way it made her feel, and she decided she did not want to live in LA. Ben decided, right, that he lives in LA because of his children, and he would not leave his children. Now, that's, again, please don't say this is me saying anything wrong against Ben. That's the way you're supposed to feel about your children. Even the fact that your children come before a relationship. My issue is, why hasn't J-Lo seemed like she felt that way about her children? Every romantic relationship she embarks on, and in the last, 2 years, she's been in in the last 3 years, she's been in 2 hardcore relationships, right? 3 years, 2 hardcore relationships where she blends families. She makes the kids get along with the other stepkids. She says, oh, I'm your mother, I love you, and this and that. And then when things don't work out, she rips them apart, uproots them, right? Doesn't even have the other family on over anymore. If you don't know what I'm talking about, she cut ties with Alex Rodriguez's daughters and only sends them birthday emails and like occasionally like communications over social media. This is a woman that said, I love you to death, and we're a blended family, and literally spent the whole pandemic playing house with you and doing all this stuff and saying, yeah, I want you to look at me as a second mom. You ripped your kids out of that situation, and now you have them up in front of Ben. Yeah, love them, love them, love them, love them. And what happens? What happens? Again, Ben is 100% right for looking after his children. But when it comes to the reason him and Anna broke up, it makes me think, how much did J-Lo actually sacrifice to make sure she had Ben's love? How much of how much of Ben's love, sorry guys, how much of Ben's love did it take for J-Lo to say, oh, my kids can make another adjustment? How much of Ben's love is it going to take for her to turn around and start saying, why not my children first? We have needs. We have this. Again, Anna left the situation because she had no children. And she was honest. I'm not willing to make the sacrifice in my life for this type of relationship. That is you, your family. I wish you guys luck, but I'll be on my way. And she left Ben heartbroken. Don't forget when he was staring off into the ocean, so sad. And that's around the time he started writing J-Lo. Why? Because J-Lo's always the sucker for him. And J-Lo will always put him and the needs of him first. Always. And that's who we ran to. But the thing is, guys, and I will say this once and again, being somebody's option does never make you the number one choice, because Jen kicked him to the curb. Anna said, no, what you're doing is selfish. I'm not willing to sacrifice myself for this. And again, Ben was right to pick his kids first, right? But he went to the one person that said, yeah, I have no problem. Yeah, why not? Why not? The kids will love LA. You guys, listen. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know this video is getting a little bit long, but don't worry. I'm going to come with part 2 as to one of the reasons there are actual problems is the fact that Jennifer is jealous of Anna's success. I'll get into that later. Actually, I'll drop a video tomorrow. Anyway, my little tattletales, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Ben's right? Do you think J-Lo has a point? If this is the way they feel, do you think that Anna had a point? Again, she's young, no kids. She wants to move. Ben has obligations and he stood by them, but it becomes a little bit more complicated and not black and white when you're also dealing with a woman that also has obligations like children, but her children just seem to be fodder to wrap around your life. And you're fine to be there and be committed, Ben, as long as it doesn't inconvenience you and your children's life. Anyway, my little tattletales, let me know what you think in the comments and I will talk to you later. Bye.